Hi everyone, in this video I will be showing you how to crochet this little ornament sweater, and it will be made all in one piece. So to begin, we are going to start with a slip knot, and then we are going to chain 16. Once you've chained 16, go ahead and join to the first chain that you made, and then chain up one, and we will be making single crochets in each chain around. Once you've single crocheted all the way around, go ahead and join to the first single crochet and make sure that your first round isn't twisted. So now we're going to chain up one and single crochet into the next 2 stitches. 1 and 2. And then in the next stitch, we will be making a single crochet, chain 1, and another single crochet into that same space. And I'm going to grab a stitch marker and mark where that chain 1 space is, because in the next row we are going to be working into that chain 1 space. Next, we're going to single crochet into the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. And then in that next space, we are going to make the single crochet, chain 1, and single crochet all into that same space again. And again, I'm going to grab a stitch marker and mark that chain 1 space, because we will be working into those chain 1 spaces in the next round. And then we are going to single crochet into the next 3 stitches again. So we're following the same pattern, single crochet in the next 3 stitches, and then in the next stitch, single crochet, chain 1, and single crochet again into that same space. Again, marking that chain 1 space so we can find it easily in the next row. So we're going to repeat that one more time, single crochet into the next 3 stitches, and then in the next stitch, we will do a single crochet, chain 1, and single crochet. And that will be the last stitch marker we're going to have to place in. And then there should be 1 stitch remaining. Go ahead and single crochet into that stitch, and then join to the first single crochet of the round. So for the next round, we're going to chain up 1, and we are going to single crochet until we get to that first stitch marker. Once we get to that stitch marker, you can take it out, and we will be working into that chain 1 space. We will make a single crochet, chain 1, and a single crochet back into that same exact space. And then I'm going to go ahead and mark that chain 1 space again, because we will be working into that in the next round. So we're going to continue to single crochet, and then when we get to that next stitch marker, we are going to work the same thing. We're going to do the single crochet, chain 1, single crochet all into that chain 1 space. So that's why these stitch markers are handy, because you don't have to guess where the chain 1 spaces are, especially since everything's really tiny. So here I'm single crocheting, chain 1, and another single crochet, all in that same space. And then we are going to mark the chain 1 spaces with our stitch markers. So this is what we will continue to be doing. We're just going to single crochet between the stitch markers, and then once we get to that stitch marker, we will do the single crochet, chain 1, single crochet into the chain 1 space. We will do this for this round as well as the next round. So now I am on row 6. I finished rounds 4 and 5. For this round, it's going to be different. We are going to chain 1, and we are going to single crochet until we get to that first stitch marker. And then once we get to that stitch marker, we will take it off, and we are going to start to create a section. So we are going to join that chain 1 space to the next chain 1 space, skipping all the stitches in between, and that will make an armhole. So go into that first chain 1 space, and then into the next chain 1 space, take the stitch marker out, and then we will slip stitch those together. And then we will continue to work into the stitches on the back, just making single crochets. And then keep making single crochets until you get to the next chain 1 space where your stitch marker is. So now we're going to do the same thing that we did on the other side. We are going to slip stitch that chain 1 space together with the next chain 1 space so we can add another arm section. So we're just going to slip stitch together, and then we will single crochet into the remaining stitches. And then join to the very first single crochet. So now we have 3 sections. We have a body section, and then on either side we have 2 little sections where we will add the sleeves. So we just need to lengthen the body first before we get to the sleeves. So all we have to do is single crochet all the way around, and you will want to do this until you have a total of 14 rows. So now we have our body done, so we just need to make the sleeves, and that's pretty easy. So all we want to do is attach our yarn to the armpit area of the sleeve. And then chain up 1, and we're just going to single crochet around that space. So just one single crochet in each stitch around. And then once we get to the end, just slip stitch to the first single crochet. And then we are just going to repeat that until we have a total of 6 rounds to make up the sleeve. And then you'll also want to do the other side of the sleeve. And I also made a little letter for my sweater, so you can also embellish your sweater as well and add a little string to hang on your tree.